Welcome back, everybody. This is the lower round 3 playoffs of Valorant at Berkeley. This IM season has been absolutely crazy, and today we have Team Cyrax versus Team Phaseguard, two pretty notorious teams, and I'm expecting a really good game today. I'm Connor, and today I'm with my co-caster Tiger78, the notorious Tiger78, Chad Park. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Already off to a bang. We see Ken Smoke on Team Cyrax on the Yoru, hovering Yoru. Do you think we'll get to see a Yoru this game?
I'm personally a little bit worried. I've seen Ken claim to be good at certain agents like Viper, and personally, I was not impressed. I've never seen Ken's Yoru, but if it's anything like his Viper, then I'm expecting Team Cyrus to have a bit of a difficult time today. On the other side, though, Team Phaseguard looking quite interesting. They're going with a Clove Veto Phoenix comp, which is quite aggressive in my opinion. Of course, Raze and Sky are pretty typical, but definitely not expecting to see a Veto and a Phoenix here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I see no initiators on the side. Oh, there we go. We got Ken Smoke on Teo, and the veto is locked in. So if he goes Teo, those rockets are getting destroyed, I believe.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, okay, yeah, this makes a little bit more sense. Ken back on
Viper, yeah.
where he belongs. Yeah, very standard comp from Team Cyrax, but we know that they are quite coordinated. They really put the work in, and we've seen what they can do with what they have.
Yep. And then we have
On the
Rice
other
Noe
side,
on
though,
Sage. If
yeah,
I'm
this
not
is
wrong, he has not played the last two games, so a lot of eyes will be on him to see if Phaseguard can win today.
Yeah, I will say Phaseguard have a very interesting comp. I have to say it seems a little bit difficult to play. On attack, it seems like you're gonna really strongly value mid. You can use that stage to wall events and get yourself through heaven with Phoenix flashes. But in terms of hard hitting sites, Veto Phoenix isn't necessarily the best combo because I mean you have no really a dash or anything to break crosshair, so it's gonna be a little bit difficult for them. So I expect them to to take mid a lot, or just be contacting and hunting kills on any Cyrus players that are getting caught out for no reason.
Yeah, and I see that Viper going straight to mid. So if they decide to go through mid, you have to get through Ken Smoke. Probably their best player in terms of rank. So we'll see how they start do that as they start with mid.
Yeah, Kono looking to be a bit aggressive as we see a pretty heavy mid start for Team Cyrax, which is what I like to see. They're countering in anticipation what Phaseguard might do. So look to see a really important battle in the first 10 seconds of this round. Okay, it's going to be Team Phaseguard walking out. Kono can't win the shot, but don't he does. Ken does hit a nice shot with his Sheriff as well. So all of a sudden, it's going to be a 5-3 in favor of Team Cyrax.
Yeah, it looks like they're pivoting over to B. Very fast, but Cypher's here to stop
aggressive
them.
quickly down mid. So it's going to be a fast flank with, I think, who is that on site? It's going to be just Dreadeye on site by himself, but it's not going to matter because right now, Team Phaseguard are slowing down.
It looks like Cyrax is not pushing any forward. They're just going to keep onto that space there.
They found my wife.
Dreadeye gonna hit the jiggle. It's gonna spot one, and his trip's gonna get broken. So a little bit of pressure put onto him. Dreadeye has to lock this down, but Kono does have the cross for him. It's gonna be a high-low on the side itself, and 3 players in mid for Team Cyrax.
Yeah, we have the bomb here, so Phaseguard has no option but to go through here to the two
Ken takes contact. Doji goes here to help him out. Ken dodges the flash. Can't land the shot, so gets taken down by split wire. Still a 4v3 though. Dreadeye gets a huge kill in B main. And it's going to be a 4v2, duking it out in front of B main here. Splitwire is... Okay, yeah, both remaining players are extremely low on Phaseguard. So they have to force out of B main here. Marlon Jr. taking the fight, but can't take out Dreadeye. Dreadeye with a nice headshot, and he gets Splitwire as well. So huge sight hole out of Dreadeye. That was absolutely massive. All of the Cyrax teammates were down in mid, and Dreadeye manages to hold it down by himself in B main.
Careful.
Yeah, it seems as if Phaseguard had no options there but to rush B main. The bomb is down. They hope for a wrap around mid. Ken Smoke already talking in chat.
Yeah, this guy, I think he did something, but he really didn't. So I don't know why he's talking. It's a little bit early for that. Maybe when he gets a kill, he can start talking. Oh, actually, he did get one kill. I lied. If he gets a nice kill, he can start talking. But in terms of the buy, we have 3 Spectres, an Outlaw, and a Ghost. So I actually like this buy from Team Cyrax. It's well thought through. One Ghost in case anybody dies. Kono can't land the jump spot shot on Device Nui, but it's all good. Gets the info anyways. It's going to be a really slow play out of Team Phaseguard right now. They're really looking to catch off anybody that might overextend from Cyrax, but notice the discipline. Nobody overextending on Cyrax.
Looks like no one's playing on B, so looks like Cyrax is playing for a retake on B.
Yeah, and it looks like Phaseguard is grouping up in A main. Maybe the slow exec about to come out when that smoke goes down. But I like this positions from Cyrax. They have the read, and they rotated 3 players over towards A. Ooh. Tiger They're gonna have to take contact, hit shots on Splitwire, they trade damage. But it's gonna be Kai getting out. This is okay. Dog spots a lot of people, but just, do they know about this guy who's close? It doesn't actually matter, but Bob Marley Jr. is scaling it by himself, gets denied by the Molly. It's a great Molly out of Ken. And
we
it looks like
see
Phaseguard is actually gonna get out. They have a lurk up through mid. It's Pluto Jr. or Pluto Joel. And Ken's gonna take the fight. It's a huge first blood for his team. They're gonna spot everybody rotating out, so they're gonna know that there might be a lurk here. Or will they? Doji does manage to land the shots. Pluto can't get that critical kill, so that mid rotator is gonna get cut off. And Bob Marley Jr. Ken doing the classic. Ken with the 3K, getting his eagle kills. That might be half the kills he gets this game, but it's all good. It's just down to Bryce Nui with a classic, getting run down by Ken. Ken really wants this kill badly. He's the wrong corner, but it doesn't matter. Bryce Nui can't hit the classic shots. Ken gets his 4K, and yeah, that's actually probably half the kills he's gonna get this game.
Yeah, so good try by Team Phaseguard. You know, the best chance was for Pluto Joel, or I'll call him LeBron because
Okay.
we know what they look like. So.
Oh, okay.
So we saw LeBron get up mid. That's great, but could not connect the shots and vents there. But, no, great try, but we'll see how Phaseguard does in this full buy round. You know, 2 light shields against the Outlaw though, so. And their only duelist is light shield, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, Pluto was able to get that kill. Round could have been different, but he doesn't. So it's going to be a clean 2-0 start from Team Cyrax. It's a nice conversion, but look at this bonus round, though. They're going to keep the 3 Spectres and the Ghosts, so no additional guns. It's going to be very difficult for them to win if they just play normally. It looks like Phaseguard is going to respect that. They're playing a default, but they're walking up B main, contact up B main. And Ken isn't actually going to be ready. He's going to swing off the trip. So what reaction is going to do? Well, it looks like Phaseguard are going to just walk out B main on them, and there's really no defense.
Yeah, and this is going to be a tough retake.
Yeah, it's going to be a 4v5 retake with just worse guns, so it's not an easy position for them to play. Pluto, though, maybe taking a risk here by walking out, managed to take out Tai, but he can't get the second, so Jedi going to get the Spectre and find himself an upgrade, probably. Kono, dangerous with the Outlaw here. He's going to have to face in, takes out Bob Marley Jr. That's a big entry. 3v3, it's still possible. But Bryce Nui, with a nice late mid lurk, does find out Kono. It's going to be a 3v1, and all of a sudden a 3v1 in favor of Phaseguard. Splitwire looking to close out against Jedi. Jedi did pick up the gun from earlier, so he's looking dangerous. Takes out Splitwire with a nice headshot. 1v2. Doesn't know that the Heaven guy already wrapped B main, so walking blind into the site. And it's looking like a save out of Jedi. There's just not enough time to do this anymore. Oh no, Jedi's going for it.
This is...
Can't take out Bryce Nui. Bryce Nui with a big lurk and a big closing kill to get Team Phaseguard on the board. That's a beautiful bonus round conversion. Except that Lost in the Sauce died, so that's a gun down. Ooh, that's money down the drain, low key. That's actually pretty bad of Team Phaseguard. A bit unfortunate.
Yeah, we already see a Stinger. Oh, Bob Marley Jr. just sold it, but we see a Spectre on Pluto Jewel. Looks like Phaseguard is figuring out their buy, but that death really affected them there.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Pluto, Pluto and Splitwire, yeah, looking like they're gonna have to downgrade on guns from last round, so never a good feeling, but it's okay. Still 3 rifles on the board, so not a bad buy at all if you're a Phaseguard. Oh, nice orb tracking right there. That's pretty cool. Looks like Jedi and Ken are gonna be the B anchors again, but this time it's gonna be 5 players of Phaseguard walking at B main. They're contacting. Can Jedi actually get the alien info? Spots the leg of Lost in the Sauce with the cam, but the cam is gonna be traded in return. The dog is out. It's signaling like it's gonna be a hit. But Splitwire is just going to get the orb, so maybe a bit of a pause because of all the noise that's been going down. And yeah, Team Phase are going to slowly back out of B main after taking the space.
Yeah, it looks like, you know, Cyrax started with 3 on A, but with all that presence on B, we now have a more even layout here.
And it looks like the players on Phase are going to speed up towards mid. 4 players there with the flash. With a nice volley that Ken does deny the space a little bit. And the dog as well. What a beautiful slow. Ken's going to walk into the molly because maybe he doesn't have headphones on, but it's all good either. Or it's all good. And yeah, it's going to be another stoppage for Phaseguard. They're going to get stuck again in this tight space. It's a nice hold out of Cyrax. They're really stopping Team Phaseguard from people to walk up anywhere safely. And they have every lane covered. This is really well played. Ken is going to walk out with his orb, but his orb's about to go down. Can he get into the corner in time? He does manage to get into the corner. Here's the step out of Lost in the Sauce, but he's going to get hard cleared. Bob Marley Jr. with a beautiful clear takes out Ken. Ken's a little bit greedy, and Doji can't hit the shots. All of a sudden, with all that said, Team Phaseguard open up the entire map for themselves. It's just Jedi stuck back sight. What can you do? Although, for him, there's only 10 seconds left, but Splitwire takes him out, and all of a sudden, the round got flipped on its head. Kono with a huge kill, but he gets taken down to 1 HP. So 2v3 in the post plant. Having to retake, Kai gets taken down. It's just Kono in a 1v3, and he can't do it. You gotta say, it's a little bit greedy out of Ken there. They had a 5v4 situation. They had stalled out everything they needed. The last thing he could have done was give them a free pick, and that's exactly what he did. And that is all Team Phaseguard needed to rip open the map.
Yeah, I agree. You know, you saw Splitwater on the map there. He's looking towards sewer. They had absolutely no space except for mid, and Ken gave up that. Ken created a hole by going out, and, you know, Phaseguard miraculously was able to get on B side because of that.
You are absolutely correct, young man. And you gotta
now
say,
we have...
goodbye. Yeah, it's not great
Yeah.
for Team Cyrax. Ludo. Wait, Chad, what's his character?
LeBron James. Let's
He's
see
waiting
how many
outside.
LeBron
Dunk on all of Cyrax. Takes out 2, takes out 3.
A 3-pointer there.
Yeah, and that's gonna be Team Cyrax getting shut down on this ego play. They tried to be aggressive. I don't mind the idea, but they don't clear their corners, so Pluto is gonna capitalize. In the words of Chad Part, hit a 3-pointer.
Yeah, but Ken Smoke hears this. See if Ken can pick up any kills here. Get some eco damage before Phaseguard's economy runs away.
Absolutely right. Picks up a stinger, which is a bit unfortunate. But he's gonna catch Rice with his back turn, or will he? And Rice walk into him, gets raised up.
Player standing.
Oh, what a shame. Can't find the kill. It's gonna be just Dreadeye. The wall doesn't actually seem that good because he made it past. Or actually, maybe can't make it past. Lost in the sauce. Also not gonna check his corners, so unfortunately for Jedi, honestly, because now Jedi's actually not gonna be able to do much. Is Jedi? Yeah, Jedi should be able to die here. I think he's in within sound range, but a bit unfortunate for them.
Yeah, no guns lost there for Phaseguard. Amazing round, especially from LeBron James. You know,
Yeah,
great discipline there.
Unfortunately, Ken at the end was also raptured by Rice Nui, but God did not choose him, and he was not able to capitalize. But does get sent to heaven.
Yeah,
let's see.
as we can see, you know, this is a must-win round for Cyrax. You know, economy 100, 150, really low, but Phaseguard we're in the 6,000s. You know, we need Cyrax to win this.
Too. Like, look at the ult economy on if you just have. You look at the ult economy for Team Phaseguard. They're coming up to 5 ults. They're really close. They have 3 big ults, and they almost have res and team ult, which is an absolutely important factor to consider when snowballing on attack. Dog is gonna clear all the way into vents, so Ken is gonna come out unscathed for now. But yeah, that Viper roll doesn't seem like it's gonna be touched by Team Phaseguard.
I've got your trail.
Unless Bonbon Jr. has something to say about it, he dumps the Sky ult. Ken manages to get out. That's a good play to Ken. Kai gonna be alone on B site for now. In the off-angle position, finds one. The Splitwater is gonna res. Manages to find Pluto as well. This is huge out of Kai. If Kai can live, this is gonna be a 5v3 maybe for Team Cyrax, and Kai makes a huge play. Gets 2 in the 1 and done position and gets out. Ken manages to walk down mid with the Viper roll. He's gonna clear all the rotations. Finds Rice Nui. There's one more on his tail. Lost in the sauce. Big 1v1, but he can't win it. Ken, the huge 2K. Is this enough to secure the round? And it is. Wow, Ken and Kai, both of them getting huge double kills to win Cyrax in an unlikely round, honestly.
Yeah, and that's really big for Cyrax. Only 1 loss, and looks like we'll be having another full gun round next round.
Absolutely.
Connor.
I mean, critical kills coming out of Kai and Ken, making the play. Ken honestly braving him to walk through his Viper roll, I respect that a lot. But from everybody else from Cyrax, honestly, I'm seeing some really great discipline. Like, despite being down, like, you don't overextend numbers. Kai does make sure the club doesn't get a res. This is all extremely well played so far.
Yeah, now we have 3 ultimates. We have 7 lives on Phaseguard here. Sage Res and Phoenix ult, so it's a must-win round for Phaseguard here.
Yeah, and Vito is also not an easy kill, especially when Vito is in ultimate form. So yeah, it's going to be a zombie comp coming out of Team Phaseguard. Ken manages to turn the flash. Jedi misses the tripwire, so let's see if we fix that one. Yeah, we do. We can land it. There we go. There we go. The good mid trip is down. But unfortunately, all 5 players of Phaseguard are B-main. It's going to be a B rush. Kai gonna be able to break the dog. Doesn't get caught by it. TP in behind. He's going to catch Kudo. Not ready for that beautiful play, but isn't able to survive. Got a little bit uncomfortable, and that's going to mean the site is Phaseguard. So Phaseguard is going to walk into post plant in a 4v2 situation with res. So it's going to be a very difficult round. Yeah, and the res comes out with Pluto as well. So 5v3, very difficult round to retake for Cyrax. VAL comes in. VAL gets a nice stun. Oh, looking to come out, but can't land the shots on split wire. And Dochi looking like they're gonna have to save the ult. 2v4, very difficult round. You're gonna want that for next round if you lose this one. Unlucky team flash. And yeah, this has to be a save. Unless Dreadeye has something to say about it. Gets one on the fadeaway. And it's just Dreadeye now as Dochi walks away. This is well played. Yeah, this is a save and go forward sword.
Yeah, amazing round by Phaseguard to use all 3 ults. However, now Cyrax has 3 ults for this next round and Phaseguard has none, so we'll see how Phaseguard can utilize the Sky ult to help win this round.
Yep. I mean, Kai tried to make the play there. I actually really like that TP, but it's just a bit unfortunate that she wasn't able to survive long enough to get the blind down. Just a little bit unfortunate, but other than that, I think, yeah, Team Cyrax did their best with what they were given, but, yeah, Team Phase are playing it just very, very well in post-plant, not letting Team Cyrax have anything, and they just win that round cleanly, just going 5v.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, you know, killing the Phoenix ult and getting one there is enough for the defenders. We just needed the rotate to come a little faster to help those side players out.
Absolutely. And it's looking like another ARAM down mid this time. Yeah, it's going to be 5 players of Phaseguard all walking in. An early molly into vents. Denies any peeker. Denies Ken from crossing as well. Oh, it's a very dangerous, it's very precarious over here. All 5 players are easily spammable, but nobody on Team Cyrax is going to be in the position to actually spam off of it. Lost in the sauce, looking for this trip. Doesn't seem to be able to break it just yet, but he's in the right spot now. Finally managed to break down the trip. That's a lot of utility committed to doing this. Lost in the sauce, making the play. Full blind Dochi, and he lands the shot. That's a huge opening pick here for Phaseguard.
Yeah, that's the Sky ult.
Absolutely, that was the Sky ult taken down. And look at the map right now. It's going to be Kai with the Bucky having to take on what is going to be 3 players of Team Phaseguard. This is a very difficult position, and nobody else on Team Cyrax has any information. On the other hand, Kono gets the kill onto the B player, but Kai isn't aware of the people lurking outside of A. Seeing the veto on B gave her confidence to think that nobody else would be A, but unfortunately for her, yeah, it was a fake the whole time. So Phaseguard going to walk into a free site. Ken, a lot on his shoulders here. Finds lost in the sauce. Can he find split wire as well? Finds another kill. They still have a chance in this round. He's going to walk out on the site. Does he know that? Oh, I don't think he knows what the hell player. Play on his right. Will he clear it? Oh, but maybe Kono can clear it for him? Kono, it's a huge call on split wire. If Kono clears the stage out, Ken has a chance.
Last player standing.
Kono just fought the stage, but Ken is a bit lost. And Sky doesn't know that Ken is still heaven. It's going to be a 1v1. Rice Nui versus Ken. Rice Nui has full sound information. Going to wrap Ken. Ken is not looking in the right direction. Rice Nui walking up with Ken. And Ken isn't ready. Rice Nui with the ice closes out the round for Phaseguard.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Dochi, the trash talk did not work there as Rice Nui outplayed Ken Smoke there with the time on this side.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, that was another really unfortunate round if you're Cyrax. You played out in the beginning of the round so well, but yeah, lost in the sauce. Makes a really great play with Phoenix, abusing his really difficult to turn flashes, and gets the first blood and takes out the Sky ult for his team.
Yeah, it looks like Cyrax is able to squeeze out a buy here. They're going to have Kono on knives here. Let's see if we can get a great opening pick.
Early Sky Flash. Sky Flashes do get traded, so info gained for both sides. Miss mid smokes, but Kai is going to be in the park position. But based on how Phaseguard has been playing it, she might get cleared out, and she's by herself, so if she gets cleared out, she can't really get out. Again, this one, the dog is gonna spot her, manages to escape, good use of TP, and the mid trip goes unbroken. So well played. Team Cyrax not in a bad spot at all. They're ready to fast rotate, and look at this on the map. Kono has walked up through A, so they know it's gotta be mid or B. And based on the mid map right now, we have 3 players already towards B, and Dochi on top of that gets a really important first blood in the split wire. Those are gonna be smokes from CT that are gone. Ken dodges the Phoenix Flash, and it's gonna be Ken managing to find 2 somehow. In this position. Is that a crazy lineup?
Yeah, I believe so. And now the 2 remaining players are just stuck.
Kono gonna get spotted by the veto trip, expecting to get cleared, but 1v1 Jet Knives against the lowest player. It's Kono Pluto, and it's just Rice Nui. 10 with a big 3k in the round. Pulling a round out of nowhere when his team needed it most.
And Ken now 12-6 in the game. He's running away with it with this 3k. That is exactly what Cyrax needed.
He must have had this open. He heard me say that the 4K would be half of his kills, and he said, "Nah, I gotta prove you wrong." And now he's at 12 and 6, which is honestly quite impressive. But honestly, not as impressive as dodging the Phoenix Flash. That was actually pretty difficult, and he did it.
Yeah, and now we see Cyrax breaking Phaseguard's economy. You see 3 players on just 3 digits of economy, so it's a very big round for Cyrax here.
Yeah, but Bob Marley Jr. does still have that Sky ult. Really Sky Flash gets info on the Rams player. Dochi can't land the shots. A little bit scared to swing, which is actually the right play. Both Sky Flashes will be invested onto ramps, and in return, there's gonna be a dog use, but the dog is gonna spot the ramps player, so Team Cyrax gonna know that Phaseguard have taken ramp control. Kono on the angle, dash procced. Will he be able to find a fight before the dash expires? It doesn't look like Phaseguard didn't give him anything, so it's gonna be a nice little pause. And Lost in the Sauce inserted. Is Kenny secure close right? He's not, and Lost in the Sauce finds a unfortunate first blood. A little misstep out of Ken, they're getting greedy, but Kono and Dochi say, "I have your back," and they trade out 2 for 1. Rice Nui close. Doesn't know about Dochi does manage to land the shots. So all of a sudden, back to a 3v3. Splitwire and Kono, another big fight. Kono with the calm aim takes out Splitwire, so it's gonna be another 3v2 in favor of Cyrax. Really big round out of Kono.
Yeah, we have Sage just for a kill here.
Base jams out of there, and it's gonna be another one going for Kono, but Kono can't land the shots on Pluto, who's running away. Rice Nui with a big important lurk.
30 seconds left.
It looks like they're actually gonna pivot into spawn, so Kai gonna manage to escape from the potential threat here. And in fact, if Rice Nui plants, Kai's in a really great spot to kill Rice. Yeah, it's gonna hear Rice walk out and plant in the open.
One enemy
Kai with a huge kill, 14 seconds,
Spike
and
down,
Pluto's
B.
all the way in B main. There's no way he can miracles
10
land this
seconds
one.
left.
Kai playing this well, buying time for the rest of her team. Get smoke onto site, and it looks like Pluto is not gonna have a chance in this round. But I can't land the shots. Pluto is isolated. Will Pluto manage to live? And looks like he will not. Jedi gets the last second headshot on Pluto, so very important round out of Cyrax, and Kai managing to play in the perfect position to knock the clear there and get the closing kill to clutch up in the round.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
Yeah, great job for Cyrax to equalize. I really think that Team Phaseguard should go for some defaults here, as Sky is their only initiator, and the Sky on the side of Cyrax has missing their flashes. So.
And look for another Space Jam combo this round, because look at the ultimates on Team Phaseguard. There are 6 out of 7 and 7 out of 8 on 3 of their 5 ults, so they're really close to getting 5. If they get any kills this round, it will be huge. It might be the biggest round swing that they could get, because they will have that Phoenix comp back up with Clove Res, Phoenix ult, and Sage Res. And it's looking like an early Phoenix wall with the dog, so allowing Lost in the Sauce to scale, but Dochi putting them under pressure with the Odin, finds 2 through the smoke, and Kai gets 1 more. Here's Lost in the Sauce come out, has a 1v1 that they could take, TP's into the smoke. I love this play. Lost in the Sauce is absolutely lost in the sauce, and Kai comes up behind him, but it's Ken who finds the kill, but a beautiful TP from Kai. And Pluto by himself all the way on A, doesn't have bomb, and just has really no prospects in this round with just a Sheriff. I mean, there's a chance he finds Kono. No, Kono should be aware. Gun is out and spots. Pluto hits the headshot, and wow, what a gorgeous round out of Cyrax.
Yeah, another
Last round
lineup there by Team Cyrax. You know, Pen Smoke first, and Dochi, and now we have the full zombie comp, as you said. So this should be a round for Phaseguard.
Yeah, if you just look at the pre-round, I guess, you gotta hope that Phaseguard could close out this round. They have what is effectively 8 lives if everything goes their way, as long as their Sage doesn't get picked off first. They Phoenix ult, Sage Res, and Clove Res. That's made a very annoying comp to stop. Jedi does pull up the operator and is on the correct site, guesses that it will be A, so potential to early neutralize this into a 7-5.
Joke's over!
Sky comes out, Phoenix ult comes out as well. Jedi can't land the timing shot, but it kills Splitwire, so that is going to be one of the most critical early bloods that you could get. Denies that ult, and Lost in the Sauce is going to be forced to recall, so that's 2 lives down. Splitwire will die, but that is reversible. Gets Res in the open, so Rice Nui is selling out Splitwire. Kono capitalizes, gets a 3rd in the round. Lost in the Sauce finds his, Pluto finds another, so it's going to be a 3v3 at the end of the day. Vito ult is critical this round. Lost in the Sauce, ready to flash, gets stuck, but Pluto is also spotted by that Cypher ult, so it's going to be just Bob Marley Jr. on site, under a lot of pressure, gets blinded, walks up with the shorty, takes out Kai. Kai can't find the damage, or can't find the kill, does do massive damage. Jedi fighting a 1 HP Lost in the Sauce, can't land that either. Bob Marley Jr. gets taken down.
Last player standing.
in a 1v1 against the VO, and Doji does it with the last remaining bullets in his Odin. Manages to hit the King clutch with the adjustment onto Heaven, and that is a super massive round converted from Team Cyrax. A difficult but well-earned 7-5 for them to end this half.
Yeah, that was definitely the round of the match so far, you know. So much action going on, especially up in Heaven. And you have to ask, with Rice's res there, you know, out in the open, you need to use some wall or something to res in a really dangerous spot like Heaven, so, you know, some errors on the side.
No, I agree. If I'm Splitwater, I'm pissed because I'm about to reverse pie. I'm about to go 4-13, and that is not a great feeling, especially when you get up to death like that. That's just not fun.
Yeah, you know, that op shot though, you gotta feel for Splitwater. That was just pure luck. But to be fair, you have 4 people running through main. You know, chances are you get wonders, and that's what Dreadeye did.
Absolutely. But that was such a beautiful 5v8 conversion for Team Cyrax, and they have a deserving 7-5 lead going to this half. Early Sage wall is going to go out towards mid, pretty standard things out of Sage. But looks like it's going to be broken early by Team Cyrax, which is the correct play. Break the wall, deny that info, or deny the lack of info denial, I guess. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be a hard default for the rest of the round. Ken, looking like they're going to lurk up with this wall. Are they ready for Pluto to be at the top of this wall? She can't actually see over it, which is quite important. But based on how many people are B, it doesn't look like Ken is going to be able to do anything, even if he wanted to. But that wall is putting up so much pressure. It's just lost in the sauce, holding the crossing goal on A. So he's going to be under pressure. Probably going to be peaked by 3 or 4 players pretty soon. So it's going to be a lot on him to get at least 1 or more kills this round. Dochi, flashing sight. Kono isn't going to clear it, and Lost in the Sauce tucks. So he might miss his chance now, but this opens up a chance for him to get more kills in the future. But Kai, an important 1v1. Kai hits the right click and the kill, and gets important first blood to open up the entire site for Team Phaseguard. But Kai gets caught trying to get that gun upgrade, and Ken, though, is going to find the lurk. Gets a little bit greedy, takes the fight on the Splitwire, hits him for 2, hits 2 body shot diggles on him, but that isn't enough to kill an overhealed Clove. So numbers go back even for the rest of this post plant unless Kono has something to say about it, which he does. Takes out Rice Nui from back screens once more. Tags up Barmel as well, setting up Dochi for the flank, and it's just Splitwire. 100 HP and a Sheriff. Takes it back. Oh, nice shot. 4 bullets. Hits the reload in the 1v1. Full HP against Dreadeye. Is he going to stick the first time? And he's ready for Dreadeye, but he can't land shots this time. And the time is so low. Dreadeye just to get him off 1 time. He's going to get half, but it's still not enough. Splitwire gets a 5k ace, but that isn't enough for him to win the round. Had such nice shots up until the end, just barely couldn't hit the last blow on the Dreadeye, and that's a very important clutch. Big momentum swing for this game.
Yeah, very unlucky round for Splitwire and Phaseguard there, but however, you know, Splitwire was 3-12, or 4-12, sorry, and then now we see him waking up like that, you know, that's good signs for Phaseguard. We need some shooters, especially with everyone negative on the side of Phaseguard.
He said, we were talking, he heard us talking, he said that was unacceptable. Goes from the bottom to the top of his team in 1 round. Unfortunately, despite his best efforts, still wasn't enough to win. A little eco strat coming out from Phaseguard. They're doing fast A, which is exactly what Cyrax did, but this time Ken might be caught. But it's gonna be Kono and Ken. Deadly duo. Looking for the fight, and they take out 2 immediately. It's a classic execution, and Rice Nu's gonna go down 2. So all of a sudden, the A trap from both sides not working out. And it looks like Cyrax wants to win the war on both fronts, taking A and B at the same time. And Splitwire has no idea where this bomb is going. Oh, if you're Kono, they gotta be careful. You don't really want to give up a Vandal to Splitwire, and Splitwire's gonna be hiding around this area for the rest of the round. So big fight, but Kono is too icy, and he clutches up. That's gonna be, I believe, almost 4 armor saved from Team Cyrax, which is really good for their economy. So this bonus round is gonna be quite heavy, and their next round buy is gonna be just as good. Or it's actually gonna be better. So very critical round if you're Phaseguard. You really have to win this if you don't want Cyrax's economy to snowball out of control.
Yeah, and the buys are actually very similar here. You know, you have 2 Spectres, 2 Bulldogs on the side of Cyrax, but, you know, just 1 Spectre. However, with all those shields saved, it's going to be a very hard round for Phaseguard.
Hey, right, left without Sage slow, so this mid-hold is going to be quite difficult. Greaves the Sage wall early, which I like, because that is instantly getting broken, and is actually choosing to walk up and be aggressive. I don't mind this either. Ken does manage to get himself inserted into A. Phaseguard doesn't seem to know that he could be here because both players are taking quite safe positions. Okay, yeah, looks like Splitwire is going to be re-lurking on this angle, so it's going to be a fight on the A side, and Splitwire gets a massive first blood, takes out the lurker, so that's a lot of pressure. Half the map effectively lost if you are Team Cyrax. Right through though, gets spotted and gets insta-spammed. I love that dog out of Dochi Dochi, and he managed to find the kill conversion. Wall's going to be wasted as well, so yeah, all of Team Phaseguard's mid is now ripped open, and the site is just going to be defended by Pluto. She has a lot on her shoulders to do. Stuff with just a Spectre back site. But it looks like Cyrax are going to slow this down. It's a good play out of them, making Phaseguard a bit uncomfortable with where they could be. And yeah, Phaseguard are really backed up. They have no real map control across the map. It's just their own spawn. Oh no! Bob Marlowe Jr. catches out Kai, taking a timing with her smokes. That is incredibly unfortunate.
30 seconds left.
And lost in the sauce though.
One
Under
enemy
pressure heaven,
remaining.
finds one and finds the second. So critical conversion if you're Phaseguard. A little bit of luck on their side to find the kills that they did get. But just regardless, they got the round and that's what really matters.
Yeah, and now we're gonna come into a very important round here. You know, Rice Nui, a little ambitious here. You know, I appreciate the offensive plays on the side of defense. However, he had no way of escaping there. He had to rely on the wall. However, that box is just spammable, unfortunately.
Yeah,
it was honestly a great play.
He had a chance of blocking it, but he missed his wall, which is unfortunate. Got a little bit phase, I guess.
Hawk out! Blinded.
It's gonna be a early mid default coming out of Cyrax. Once again, we see the lurking D wall, which I actually quite like. But Ken doesn't, I don't think, knows about the veto trip, so he's gonna have to trip it if he wants to put real pressure in this round. But will he end up walking out? A lot of bullets going down this mid spam, but not anybody actually to be on the receiving end of that from Phaseguard. Pluto is just playing off her trip, which is the correct play, but once the trip goes down, how are you going to deal with the lurk threat? Ken hears the interceptor, but hits the trip first. Pluto not going to be able to capitalize. And Ken can barely escape from that molly as well, so very, honestly, good start to that lurk, because pretty much gets out, or Ken pretty much by himself gets out all of the B defensive util.
Yeah, this setup on B is actually really hard to attack against, you know. Really hard. Like that util breaker is pretty in a spot where that's unbreakable.
Rice Nui about to face 4 players down mid here. Breaks the dog, but gets tagged up. Oh no, taking the one. But Rice Nui hits that shot. Rice Nui for more, but can't get any more. Dread out the important trade. And Ken finds the lurk timing to kill Lost in the sauce. Another 1v1 with Ken versus Pluto, and Ken gets a second. So Ken, from B main, by his lonesome, gets 2 big kills to open up the rest of the site. And that's a beautiful exit from Cyrax. A 4-1 B split is just absolutely just perfect. Textbook B split. Dreadeye though, in a position that where you might get caught out, and yes, Splitwire gets a free kill on a Dreadeye. Gotta say that's a bit of a mistake because you don't really want to give any openings for this retake. Luckily, Bob Marlowe Jr. gets taken out of 1 HP, so it's gonna be still hard for him to come out of heaven. Splitwire gonna be able to find his way in. Might catch Dochi off guard, and Ken as well. Ken luckily brings down to a 1v1, but it's gonna be Splitwire. Will he clear back sight? Kai walking up slowly, spots the gun barrel, and yes, takes out Splitwire. So thankfully for the position of Kai, managed to close out what should have been a really clean round for Cyrax, and gotta say, letting Splitwire and Bob Marlowe Jr. do that much damage at the end is just not what you want to see in terms of Cyrax's economy, but luckily for them, they ice up.
Yeah, once again, a really good try by Splitwire. Unfortunately, it's 10-4 Cyrax. Cyrax in a very good position to close out the game with a Jet ult, Sky ult, and the Viper's Pit, so if they get on site, it's going to be really hard, especially with this buy from Phaseguard.
Absolutely. I mean, if Cyrax make it onto site again this round, they'll have Viper ult and Sky ult, so it's going to be a very difficult retake. So if you're Team Phaseguard, you want to get off to a stronger start this round. And that starts with the stage wall that gets instantly broken, so a bit unfortunate if you're Rice Nui. But once again, we'll still have a heavy mid presence out of Team Phaseguard. They're really ready for this mid take. Lost in the sauce looks ready, like he wants to flash. Finds the timing, doesn't actually blind anybody, hits the hedge on the Kono. It's a double hedge on the Kono, so that's a really important first blood.
Actually, on the side of A, Ken Smoke was caught out. All of a sudden, it's a 5v3.
Doesn't know how to throw the proper wall, gets caught out, so big opening picks for Team Phaseguard. And this round is looking quite difficult now for Cyrax. All you have is mid.
No charges left.
You're under a lot of pressure. Lost in the sauce, looking to get one more in this round. Playing a bit of a one and done. He rips the Phoenix Soul. He's gonna TP in!
Enemy remaining.
And Kai with a beautiful TP play, but Lost in the Sauce is saved by Bob Marlin Jr., who was also invented at the same time. Dochi, you're gonna do a classic Chad tap and
30
run.
seconds left.
He's gonna weasel their way into CT. This is right now the only gap to A, so... No, but Dochi wants the kills. This is the right play. Catches up, Pluto gets one. Lost in the Sauce is holding a tight angle. Is Pluto ready? Or is Dochi ready? They are not. And Lost in the Sauce with a big 3K to close out a pivotal round for Team Phaseguard.
Yeah, some really big hero moments, especially from Lost in the Sauce. You know, now he's on top of the leaderboard, so... And we have some trash talk here.
Yeah. We're getting a live mid-game interview out of Ken, who is mad that his wall has a gap in it because he doesn't know the proper wall, but it's okay. I have to say, the unspoken hero that round was Bob Marlin Jr., saving his teammate, Lost in the Sauce, when Kai made that TP play. Lost in the Sauce was absolutely lost by Kai, and that would have been the second time that he's gotten caught off by an Omen TP play. Pluto, though, playing the one and done on top of the box. I really like this, especially with the trip. And with Ken lurking up. Dry, though, this time is going to be taken first. It's going to be a lot of close range weaponry, and it's going to be a fast exec. Pluto doesn't get cleared, but he can't get a second. Dochi going to get a huge trade. That's going to be a gun given over as well. So it's a 44 with a gun given over. But Splitwire with a bit of a win, managed to find two right there. Looking for a third in the round. And trying to time it for smokes, but it's not enough. Splitwire with a big 2K on site to close it out. And yeah, I mean, nice anti-eco out of Team Phaseguard.
Really unfortunate there for Team Cyrax. It was a good try, but with Phaseguard catching up, they have 8, and you know, Splitwire, Lost in the Sauce, they're both positive now. Finally, we have 2 players on Phaseguard racking up some kills, so it's looking a little dangerous for Cyrax.
Yeah, they've managed to quell the storm a little bit. They are not getting snowballed, and yeah, 10 to 8, this is extremely playable on split defense. Pluto once again playing at high angle, abusing Vito's unique capacities, which is really well done. She might find Ken on this lurk. Ken looks like he's gonna dry walk out of his AWOL, which honestly is a pretty good play, but will he be ready for the off angle? Pluto cross replacement looking good. Ken's gonna hug the wall, clear hell, but he breaks the trap but doesn't get punished. He has to be thanking his lucky stars for that one. Does manage to break the trip though, which is quite big. And now this A lurk isn't becoming into fruition. We have 3 players going towards ramp side. Bob Marlin Jr. intelligently gonna back up. And 5 players are now grouped outside of A for Team Cyrax. Heaven's Will comes out. Ken, will he be ready to clear the flowers angle? Kono, dashing out. Don't know if he spotted. Pluto does actually clear him. Did not spot her initially, but makes the correct play to clear Pluto. So not able to find one. Ai takes by the ramps. Critically finds her one as well. So 4v3 with Viper spit down. This is very difficult for Team Phaseguard. Bob Marlin Jr. looking to get lucky with some spans from Heaven, but Ken is playing behind the default box, which is correct. Kono gonna be taking first on this elbow space. It's gonna be 2-2 elbow. Dochi is a critical kill, and Kono gets the second. So interestingly enough, Splitwire is gonna invest the cold res into his Viper roll. Splitwire trying to run in, get some lucky sprays. He can't find any, and yeah, that's gonna be cold res lost in this very difficult retake. Cyrax keep 3 remaining. Keep 3 alive into this post planet, so incredibly well played round from Cyrax. Everything goes their way.
Yeah, like we said earlier, that Viper ult Skyo combo is really good. You know, Skyo to take the site, take it down the Sentinel, holding down A site in Vito, and then just pop the Viper ult to secure the round. Really good round too. Just fishing out the opposing Clove ult there.
Negation ready.
And looking at the ults this round, we do have Vito ult and Sage Res, so a lot of impactful ults on the side of Phaseguard. And if Lost in the Sauce manages to find a first blood, he'll being ult as well, but it's a good Sky Flash that gets him off the line, so mid control going back into a neutral state.
Toxins going up.
Ken, looking for this Viper alert. He hasn't found much success with it all game, but maybe this round will be different. Looking like he's gonna have to take a fight against Bob Marlin Jr. Oh, never mind. It's Splitwire that actually gets taken out. Isn't ready for this. Ken can get a huge opening here for his team if he manages to find Bob Marlin as well. Bob Marlin on the off angle. Ken versus Bob Marlin. Bob Marlin gets an important trade. Flash is going to spot that nobody's here. Or actually, I'm not sure if that Sky Flash did hit. But it looks like Bob Marlin Jr. is playing it a bit safer, so perhaps it did actually land. Pluto, with a big job here, has a judge on this close angle when 2 people are contacting up. So you wouldn't rather have any other weapon in this situation, but it's going to be difficult nonetheless.
Trap triggered.
Oh, Pluto gets baited by the jet dashing out, but still managed to find Kai and survive. So that is absolutely critical. Kono going to be stuck on site by himself. Doesn't know where to go, but is going to find a 1v1 perhaps onto Pluto. Can't actually take him down. Bryce New getting spotted heaven as well. Kono walking up Pluto on the reloading judge and finds the timing. Nice headshot. And Doji hits a critical shot into Bryce New as well. All of a sudden, what was a 3v3 gets turned into a 3v0 for Cyrax to find match point. Very, very well played from Cyrax. They turn a very difficult situation in their favor, and they get the round that puts them on the match point.
Yeah, unfortunately for Phaseguard, they were up 4v3 there. However, Dreadeye with that big hit in mid and Pluto Jewel making a mistake by reloading there has cost him the round. Now they need 4 in a row if they want any chance of winning.
Absolutely. But they do have the zombie comp ults for the most part. Sage Res and Phoenix ult, very impactful as we know. Very scary to play against also. But yeah, if Cyrax continue to play the way that they do, slow and methodical, it's going to be very hard to use those ults at times if you get caught off while contacting. Ken gonna dodge the dog for now. Bob Marlin Jr. doesn't think better to actually check behind the wall, pause even for a moment. And yes, Bob Marlin's gonna pay the price for it. Ken with a nice molly has a 1 going against Splitwire. This could be the round-changing kill if he gets 2. 1 is good though, and that kill is not gonna be easily rezzed. Bob Marlin Jr. might have just cost his team the round and perhaps game 1 by not clearing with his dog when he thought better of it. But Pluto makes the play, catches Dreadeye out in mid, so it's going to be forcing Team Cyrax to speed up on A. Splitwire by himself backside, no res to play with at the phase 2, but he lines them up, and there's 1 more in sight, but Doji finds a big trade. Kai, in heaven, finds the first. Can he find the second as well? Hits the Omen Blind, but the Omen Blind nerf activate the audio, and yes, Kai takes up Pluto as well. Critical kills. It's a 1v1. Lost in the sauce versus Kai. Lost in the sauce. Does the Phoenix ult. It is last round. You do want to pop it, but he's gonna off his stick half, I believe, with the wall. Kai not fanning his spams. Lost in the sauce, flashing out. Kai knows that he's not on the bomb just yet, but the half tap is gonna come in. Kai knows he's off, but trades HP for it. And Kai wins them the game in the 1v1 on 1 HP. Hits the headshot on the Lost in the Sauce, and that is game 1 going to Team Cyrax, 13-8. It was such a close game, but at the end of the day, it was still a 5-round differential. Cyrax just edged out those critical rounds. Ken and Kai come up with critical kills. Kono as well, that whole game was just so clutch, hitting some beautiful headshots throughout the game. And yeah, and as you can see, because of their impact, they are top 3 on the leaderboard. What a beautiful game 1 to spectate.
Yeah, I agree. There's some really tense rounds, especially that last round. That was cinema, and that last round of the first half. You know, what a game, and I'm excited to see the next game. I'm just hoping that Team Phaseguard has some shooters. You know, we like them to get rivaling Ken in the top spot there if they want any chance at winning this series.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I had some doubts about Ken in the beginning. But I have to say he did play quite well. He's actually looking like an immortal player, and I guess I am somewhat proud of him for actually showing that he deserves maybe a little bit of his rank. Alright, and as we go into map 2, we're going to take a little bit of a break here at the observing desk. Thank you for being here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back shortly. Grab your dinner, grab your snacks, because we are back for another cinema map for Team Cyrax versus Phaseguard. If you missed map 1, we just had a insanely close game on Split, which was honestly just an incredible game. And you definitely don't want to miss mine, because I know what both these teams are capable of on this map. And we're seeing, once again, the Vito, or actually, wait, I take that back. It's going to be inverted comps almost with Vito and Phoenix hover for Team Cyrax, but I believe that they might just be trolling, because I know Ken loves his Viper on this map. And yeah, once again, we're seeing the troll hovers, but it's all good. In the meantime, though, as Cyrax and Phaseguard are locking in their comps, I want to shout out Mo Bombla for subbing with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much for the sub to BL. And yeah, as we see the comps beginning to be locked in, Lost in the Sauce once again going to be on his Phoenix. Bryce Nui this time going from the Sage to the Raze, so going from a Sentinel to a entry duelist position, which is quite the switch up. On the other side of things, Team Cyrax, still just all hovers. Maybe they're just talking about their strategies. Weren't as prepared for buying to split, but yeah, the hovers are looking quite interesting right now.
Yeah. You know, I'm sure I can expect a Ken Smoke Viper after showing it on Split and Match of Impeen, so However, we have Rice Nui's transitioning from Sage to Raze, but as you can see, Ken actually goes Teo here. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm quite surprised. We literally just played a 5-set game with Ken, and he was adamant about how much he loved Viper. So playing Teo on Bind is quite the transition, honestly. Not too sure why I did that, but honestly, I don't mind Teo on Bind. I think he's quite good. So maybe it's something planned for us that we don't know about yet.
Yeah, and we have a very aggressive comp on the side of defense with the Sky, the Teo, the Brimstone, and the Jet. And on the attack, we have Phoenix and Raze, so double duelist now for Phaseguard.
Yeah, and I will say that I quite prefer Phaseguard's comp in general. I think it's a lot easier to play. I tend to find that Teo in particular does require some more coordination, and while Jet is like a very good entry duelist, and for duelists that are only good at Jet, totally fine to play her on this map. But Raze just has so much more to offer with your nade and your boombot in terms of info, and just for defense as well. It's just very easy to play. So I feel like Cyrax have their work cut out for them this game. The deadlock nade combo, the net nade combo is very lethal. Sky's flashes are great info, and Phoenix has a lot of stall and a lot of fighting power with his flashes.
Yeah, I agree. And all eyes on Rice Nui here. He went bottom, but now on the Raze, he has to carry through for Phaseguard. As they start with B.
4-1 looks like start, or 3-1 with a lurker actually on B if you are Team Phaseguard. Looking to a fast exit. Smokes aren't down yet, and Lost in the Sauce is gonna pick up an orb for himself. So early map control given, but Rice Nui is forced off. Molly does come out from Lost in the Sauce, so it's looking like it's still gonna be a B exec or not. Phaseguard using the util, but looking like they're gonna back up in TP. And yes, it's gonna be Pluto who holds all of that shower space, allowing them to make a confident TP play into A. Once again, it looks like originally this was just going to be an orb grab and go, because Lost in the Sauce managed to find 2 already for himself, 1/3 of the way to a Phoenix ult, and if he gets more kills here, and he can't land it, he can't actually find the kills, but it's all good. Splitwire takes out Kono. Dochi with a big trade. Pluto gets one as well. Ken runs and guns Rice Nui, takes his head off. It's 3v3. Lost in the Sauce, 1 HP. Don't know how he's still alive. I mean, 1 HP on site, he gets taken down. Ken just giving no cares in the world, just runs his ass through you. We know how bad it is, and he just gets all the headshots, and he cleans them up, gets 3 for himself.
Yeah,
I had to say it.
Yeah, that was very surprising for Ken to just run through, run and gun, and win his team the round. Very unlucky for Phaseguard though. That was a pretty good TP there, and a good opening kill onto Kono, but they could not convert it.
Absolutely. I mean, you gotta say, on the bright side, if you are Phaseguard, you got 3 ult points on your Phoenix and you got bomb down, so that's not actually terrible for your economy, and you'll have ult for a bonus round most likely. So it's not bad. Not a bad start at all, but you would obviously rather win that.
Yeah, and as you can see here, Kono going back to his specialty Outlaw. And actually we see Kai here with the Buckies. So 2 shares. Let's see what Phaseguard can do here.
Kono gets posted early onto the showers line. Might have a chance to take out Splitwire if he gets a little bit greedy. And yeah, Splitwire's gonna walk up. You're gonna have to face Kono in this 1v1. Oh, Kono spots Splitwire's foot, but Splitwire wisely backs off. No, he's still showing. But he baits out the outlaw shots. Kono can't land them. And Ken gets caught up by Lost in the Sauce. Doesn't get punished for him. Good missiles and a good one-way cage out of Dreadeye. Looks like Dreadeye came prepared for this map. I haven't seen that one-way cage in what feels like years. Bringing out old tech for this game. Good drone from Ken. Spots out that nobody actually is there, but Bob Jr. gonna walk back up, breaks the cam. And it looks like it's gonna be another slow play. Dochi's flash is gonna get information that Pluto is still lurking, and that's gonna keep the rotation on A. So players are gonna be afraid to rotate away from A, and it's gonna be Ken and Dreadeye left to defend this site by themselves. Lost in the Sauce, good break, but good timing on the smoke. Denies the initial push. Dreadeye though might get double flash here. Bob Jr. and Lost in the Sauce. Looking like they're in combo flashes, and yes, it's a good blind, but it's not good enough actually. Dreadeye managed to still find 2. Ken gets 1, but can't get the vertical adjustment. Rice Nui and Lost in the Sauce pick up guns for themselves. It's gonna be a 3v2. Rice Nui though is gonna be by himself for a while on site because Pluto Jewel is just so far. I think she hears the steps though on the flank. So if she gets into hookah, she'll know that they have 1 or maybe 2 flanking.
Sound sensor up.
Wait, but Pluto gets her position away.
Throws
the sound sensor, but the net should be good. The net is good though, but luckily for Kai, Dochi is able to cover. But Rice in the meantime, finds a critical call on the Kono. It's gonna be a 2v2. This is very
One
cool.
enemy remaining.
Dochi, big kill. 2v1 for Rice Nui. Rice Nui has the nade lineup. But it's not enough to deny the half. Dochi might be able to stick all the way.
Wait for me.
And Kai, or Dochi sticks all the way. Kai wasn't able to defend, but it doesn't matter. Rice Nui on 1 HP just barely wasn't able to clutch out the round. Had to swing just that millisecond sooner.
Yeah, really good try there by Phaseguard, especially Rice Nui waking up from his slump from last game, but we really needed him there, and now this makes this round much easier for Phaseguard, as you can see, as Ken and his team elect for a very light buy here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you
blow
gotta
something
say that's a
up.
great eco round for Team Phaseguard. Also, anybody in chat, please let us know if there's still lag. And then we can try to see if our boy Jihu can fix this for us. But in the meantime, yeah, Cyrax is gonna be forced onto a
Smoke's
save
down.
because of how many guns they lost last round. Personally, I'm not a big fan of full saving on these types of rounds because you allow the opponent's economy to snowball out of control. But I understand why they would do it. Kono is probably the most lethal with that sheriff, but Kai is taken down first by Lost in the Sauce. So he showers
Blinded.
control and orb given up to Team Phaseguard. Shots are being fired, just a little bit of spam going down. You gotta be a little bit careful if you're Team Phaseguard. Kono, as we said, is lethal with that sheriff, takes on Pluto, so that's numbers equalized, but still gun advantage in favor of Phaseguard. Splitwire gonna be next up. Kono missed the first shot, gets taken down to 10 HP as well. And it's gonna be just down to him basically on site. Jedi though will be there fast with the shorty in you. If anybody peeks him, they probably will be dead. But it looks like nobody on Team Phaseguard is that greedy.
Yeah, it's just a stalemate until Bob Darlin Jr. gets a plant
30
down.
seconds left.
Kono still hasn't reloaded, stuck with 2 bullets, and might get spotted by this boombot. Forces out the reload. 10, we're gonna have double shotguns, looks like. Close back sight, so hopefully if you're on Phaseguard, you don't push that,
planted.
because you probably will die. But unfortunately for him, Jedi goes first, and Jedi gets caught by Lost in the Sauce. Ken's turn now, hits the medium range buster
Last
shot, and Kono
player
gets another one on 10
standing.
HP, so between Ken and 1v2, this is very doable.
Yeah, 1 kill and a tail ult.
But he gets a little impatient and he can't land the shots. Good try, considering the buy that Cyrax had. So 3 kills, not bad damage at all. But at the end of the day, if you are Phaseguard, you convert a big bonus round, and you're really close to having 3 ults here.
Who needs a
Yeah, and we
bomb?
have Phoenix ult ready, but we also have Raze ult and Clove ult, so if Phaseguards play their cards right here, you know, grab orbs, play it slow, work the map, they should be able to convert this round.
You can say that again. And you gotta say, if you are Phaseguard, you gotta be looking to take map control this round specifically. You really want to get orb at least on the Splitwire, maybe Raze as well. If you can control some of those orbs, you'll be in a great spot this round to win it. But it looks like Cyrax knows that, and they're fighting for the shower zone. Bob Jr. gets taken down by a nice kill from Kono, so that's very important. And yeah, look at this. With that kill, Cyrax is able to lock down the showers and deny the space that Lost in the Sauce has taken from short with that Phoenix ult. So they've essentially neutralized the site. It's gonna be very difficult for Phaseguard to fight out, and yeah, it's Ken with another kill. It's gonna be a 5v3 on the other side of the map. So yeah, look at this.
Spike here.
Lost in the Sauce. He's gonna be stuck.
Molly.
Post copy, but they're gonna be double swinging this. This is well played. If you're a Phaseguard, this is the only way you can win is by double fighting out. The tail missiles are great, but Kai can't hit the shots despite Lost in the Sauce being forced to run away. Lost in the Sauce, great wall, but Kono is on the flank. Kono can only find one though, but the last location of the last players are known. Splitwire and Rice Nui, both can either ones. And they might be able to TP out with this. Rice Nui hits the satchel and he's also able to get out. So all of a sudden the map is flipped. The one bright side is that the trips and caves are still up. But it's not enough. Splitwire is able to get out and the site is going to be Team Phaseguards. It's a 2v3 with plant down, so it's not
Spike
horrible, but
planted.
it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, and we have Raze ult and Clove ult.
And Splitwire gets a big first kill, so he definitely is going to guarantee that res. And Rice Nui spots both of the other Cyrax players.
Last
Cyrax
player
are looking so
standing.
good,
Like
but
I
Kai gets a big kill to
never
force out the res. We have Rice Nui
Last
cover in
player
the meantime, but he can't do it. Kai and Jedi with a beautiful cross. They managed to take out Team Phaseguard on those 2 angles. And that's going to be such a devastating round for Phaseguard to lose.
Sorry to spoil
They were
the
down
party.
3v5. They thought they were out of it. They managed to clutch back some kills, but at the very end they fall short once
I
again,
learned
and that cold
something.
res is used. Very, very
Yeah.
tough round for them to lose.
Unfortunately, I believe Rice Nui should have popped that Raze ult to help his teammate there. And because of that greed, Phaseguard are now knocked down into a really bad buy with a hero rifle on Lost in the Sauce. Now, luckily, we still have the Razor ult though, so we'll see what Rice Nui can do with that here as they look to rush B.
Targets.
We're going to be watching Ken here, maybe under a little bit of pressure. It's going to be a low buy coming out from Team Phaseguard, so holding Hookah is not going to be easiest out of all the places you could hold. And yes, Ken wisely backs up, doesn't want to be taking those close range duels against what could be a early Bucky. Good dog out of Dochi. Dochi is going to spot at least 2 players down Hookah, so not bad gameplay out of Team Cyrax. But wow, Dreadeye gets his head ripped off by Bob Marley Jr. Nice shot with the Sheriff. Kono though, once again making a blink play. We saw this on Split where he walked out of A-main by himself, but he's gonna find all of the space for himself. He's gonna know that everybody on Team Phaseguard is B-side. Seems a little bit hesitant as to what to do. Doesn't want to get caught by a lurker as well. But by walking up, he's gonna claim all the space for his team, and all of Phaseguard pretty much is gonna be unknowing. And yes, Kono finds the first. Catch is lost in the sauce, a little bit lost in the sauce. And everybody else on Phaseguard is going to be stuck, contained in this little hookah area. But no, by dashing up, actually, Phaseguard might be able to walk out safe and sound here. Honestly, I don't disagree with that play. You have knives, but you pick up the gun anyways. Not a bad play, but you do give up all that space.
Left.
So Phaseguard beating this contain, but despite that, they're still going to be walking up B. But they're making full noise. Ken is going to hear all of this. Ken, though, he's going to have to take close range fights against his Bucky. He's stuck in the corner, gets one. Can he find more? Can't find a second. Split wire. With a big trade, pops the heal as well, but 14 seconds. This is looking very difficult. Okay, TP. Do they have time for this? No! Kai takes the TP as well on accident. Heard the TP and instinctively TP'd herself. This is actually the site going over, but it's not enough time. So, I mean, I'm not sure what happened. It was incredibly chaotic. Phaseguard are going to manage to be able to get the bomb down in the end, but it's just too late for them to have a chance to actually win this round.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Phaseguard, they did save the Sheriff and the Bucky.
I mean, the Bucky
Really
is a bit unfortunate, but they still get money for saving but getting the bomb down, so it's actually okay. They're not stuck on those horrible guns. But
no.
Yeah, that was just a chaotic round.
Yeah. Now, Rice Nui has had his Razor for at least 2 rounds now. I would really love to see it, especially pairing with the Sky ult. You know, Phaseguard down 3 rounds, they need this round badly, and that Razor will be
I've got your trail.
much appreciated.
Oh my god, Pluto hits a incredible running headshot on a Kono. You gotta be pissed if you're Kono. That is not who you want to be dying first in this game. But that's a big opening and a bit of a win that Phaseguard needed. And yeah, with that, Pluto's gonna get a second in the round, really saying, I'm gonna take this round into my hands. We're winning on my back. And she does it all. Opens up the site in a 5v3. Razor does get forced, but it's a 5v3. Like, it's kind of hard to lose this round now.
Yeah, great confidence by Pluto there. However, 2 of their members are 1 HP, so it's definitely winnable for Team Cyrax.
Good missiles, forced up the default player. Splitwire is going to be forced to peek from triple. Gets knocked down by Dreadeye. Dreadeye looking like a hitman out here. He's going to get Coleman backside. Isn't ready for Nui. Can't react to the sound. Chooses to reload, and Ken gets taken out as well. This is just a full confidence round from Team Phaseguard. They say, I don't care. I'm running at you guys. We saw the craziest entry from Pluto getting 2. And then Rice Nui at the end just runs at them with the Bucky on 1 HP. Where did this confidence come from?
Yeah, that's exactly what Phaseguard needed. And I want to see more of that if they want to rack up some more rounds. Especially with this double duelist comp on attack. I'm hoping that Phaseguard should get at least 6 here to prepare for their defense half.
I absolutely agree. And looking at the ults right now, we have Deadlock ult for Team Phaseguard and almost 3 ults for the side of Cyrax. So ults are definitely looking good. So it looks like Cyrax might be in the event for this round. Dochi holding a tight angle. Lost in the sauce, which is why he's able to dodge it. Dochi getting what looks like another fadeaway shot. So the Valorant gods are blessing the players today. That's a big kill with one of the 2 guns, the 2 rifles that you have this round.
Yeah, and with these 3 ults on Cyrax, this might be an easy retake if they use all their ults.
Deadlock wall, but Deadlock wall's gonna die a lot of time, and Pluto still has his ult, so if they flood in, the Deadlock ult could be critical.
This is how we end.
And it's going to be the tail ult coming out, so that's the instigator right there, along with the Sky ult. The Team Phaseguard players all are stuck in sight and are just in a very difficult position, all nonetheless. But Ken manages to find 1. Kai gets the second. Splitwire though doesn't stop firing, and he finds Ken on the way out, trying to swing him. But it's going to be
Last player
the 3 Cyrax players looking to knock down Splitwire, and they do. Splitwire tries his best, but he can't get the last 2 remaining players. It has to be a critical conversion from Cyrax, and it all started with, I believe, Dochi getting that first blood.
Yeah, that's actually really unlucky for Phaseguard, as that looked like a fadeaway shot. However, Cyrax played well on the retake by investing those two very important ults. You know, keeping the Brim ult too is really big for them while winning the round. Now they can use it to stop Phaseguard's next push.
I have to say, believing that you'll win that 5v4 even with worse weaponry is quite brave, and I respect that call. Because it does take, you invest a lot there, right? You're investing 2 ultimates, where you could very easily lose the round in a 4v5 or 5v4 retake. But they win the round, so it's absolutely a risk that paid off. And now Jedi, under pressure here, going to be facing 2 in shower, which spots out Splitwire, but gets out with his life. So, well played, but the Cypher is spotted, so Team Phaseguard will be adapting around that.
It looks like Phaseguard is doing a default, and I really like that. Grabbing some orbs, you know, with the zombie comp again.
Oh no, ADSing on the line, hits the second bolt on the Bryce Nui. That's going to be first bloods traded back. All things considered, that's an advantage in favor of the attackers.
Yeah, 6 lives for the attackers with the 12 and the Phoenix ult.
It's going to be a very difficult round to play out, because as you can see, Cyrax aren't confident in where Phaseguard players are. They're 2-2 split in CT. But it's going to be a clear A hit now. Lost in the sauce, pops the Phoenix ult, comes out of sight, and he's going to find, for the most part, nothing sight, except for Jedi by himself. And Jedi can't land the shots, gets cut out in the open, and the deadlock wall is going down, and this round is looking over.
Spike planted.
We would see another miracle retake from Team Cyrax. It's going to be looking so hard.
Launching missile.
And it looks like Cyrax do opt to go for it, but Kai is caught in the open, netted, and Bobo Jr. is going to capitalize. Shots from Joji are going to go wide, and Ken, all down in a 1v4, finds 1, finds 2. Can he find a 3rd? Those are both of the mark. Here's Bob Marlin Jr. reloading the shorty. Can't land the shots though. He was so close, but Bob Marlin Jr. with that shorty says goodnight to Ken. And a good attempt at a retake, but at the end of the day, just that numbers disadvantage retake in that situation is just so difficult. And Cyrax are sent back down into an eco round.
Yeah. Knowing how important that round was, I believe Cyrax, you know, Dreadeye making a big mistake there, but I believe Kai could have used his ult onto U-Haul with 2 of Phaseguard's players in there and tried to win that round, especially with Ken on site locking it down.
And yeah, once again, we have 2 hero rifle buys on the side of Cyrax. They seem to really like this. I actually personally am a fan of the hero buys. You just have such a big chance of making an impact in IMs. I like this crossfire. It's a nice adaptation. We have...
Scout destroy.
Yeah, we have a shotgun and a rifle. Or no, I believe a shotgun and a classic. Yeah, and hookah. So 2 close range weapons. That's quite good. But unfortunately for them, looks like Phaseguard is going to 5-man ARAM it down A short.
Yeah, it's into
be ready.
The 2 hero rifles though.
Kono though finds a critical kill. That's once again. It's mirroring the first eco round that just happened, where the hero rifle gets the first kill, and Kono might actually be in a position for a second. Ken, the second hero rifle, finding a kill as well. So all of a sudden, 4v3. This is very doable. Bomber Jr. gonna hit the TP. Kai though catches out Bomber Jr. with the classic at range, finds a big kill, and is gonna survive. So. Oh, Splitwire though, catching Doji getting a bit impatient. So this round is definitely not over. Both players on the side of Phaseguard are going to be known having TP. Splitwire going to be forced out, but Kai from long range with the Bucky is just shooting pebbles at Splitwire. Splitwire just getting harassed by some, I guess, I don't know, observers. And he's going to get caught up by Splitwire on the push. Lost in the sauce though, tapping multiple times, don't know why. And Ken's going to catch him out in doing that. Ken, 1 HP, he's going to get run down by Splitwire. It's going to be a 1v1. Kono, the hero, the first blood warrior. Splitwire doesn't actually know where he's coming from, so Kono has a really good timing here. Perhaps got Splitwire walking out, and he does! Splitwire though gonna res right away, and that's just a little bit too early. Kono's gonna be able to run away and survive, and Splitwire's gonna die to time. Oh, Kono, don't get over aggressive here. And yes, well played out of Kono. A bit of a mistake out of Splitwire, instantly reacting with the res. And Kono plays it beautifully, catches out Splitwire, and wins Team Cyrax another critical half-buy round.
Yeah, that was an amazing round, you know, back and forth between the 2 teams. And those hero rifles were definitely worth it there, as Kono and Ken both pick up a lot of kills, but we also have to talk about Kai there with that classic kill, creating a big stalemate during the round.
No, absolutely critical. Getting that kill stalls the push because the Team Phaseguard players are a little bit worried as to where Kai could be. At the end, chose an interesting strategy of shooting the Bucky at range. I think maybe did 10 damage combined, but all things considered, stalled out time long enough for all the rotations and Kono's flank to win in the round.
Yeah, Phaseguard scrapping up a buy here.
And yeah, the economy is entirely flipped. This time it's me, Kono, and Ken, the heroes of last round, getting those early picks with the Vandals, double holding showers. That smoke is going to let them walk up, though. And Bob Marley Jr. and Pluto looking to want to spam for the potential orb grab. And it's just going to be a stalemate in the DMZ around this area. A line that both players on both teams are going to be afraid to cross. Kai going to be probably taking first contact here with the jump spots. Is going to soon spot 4 players A short as another hard A exec looking like it's going to be coming out from Team Phaseguard. It's a good drone at Ken. Spots once again the lurker, Pluto, who has consistently been showers this game. Kai hitting the jump spots, but still hasn't spotted anybody yet. Is going to finally spot Bob Merlin Jr. Gets spotted by Rice Nui, but luckily doesn't get punished for it. And yeah, this is going to be the exec. Team Phaseguard are in U, and they have flooded in. Bob Marlin Jr. going for an early aggressive play, not actually to go through the smoke. But huge spam out of Ken. Managed to catch out the first blood. Kono getting caught by the Nunluckle. And Pluto catches Ken, so that's a huge kill. Effectively 2, because Ken isn't able to bring out his teammate. Kai hits that shot. Hits a 140 banger on the Pluto. Isn't able to convert. So Pluto, once again, winning this round for her team. Dochi spotting the Bucky. This is such a difficult round to retake into. Kai once again hits another 140 and the loss in the sauce.
Launching smoke.
Dochi not clearing the corners. And Dreadeye can't find the kill on this split wire either. Kono though, big kill to Pluto. Right, so we catches Dreadeye with a nice satchel over the truck. And yeah, just Kai in a 1v3, all low HPs, does so much damage but can't find a single kill in that round. That is heartbreaking if you're Kai.
Wow, what a round, you know. And really unfortunate for Cyrax there, 10 HP, and 20 HP on the last 3 players. You know, this brings up the discussion, you know, do you think the Vandal is better overall?
Well, I mean, in that discussion, I think it's definitely playstyle oriented. I will say sometimes you will have unlucky rounds like that, but sometimes with the Vandal, if you're spraying, you don't even get that headshot to begin with, so it's hard to say like that. You can't really be too hindsighty, but you have to say that round specifically, it just feels really bad because you were so close to getting so many important kills, you just couldn't close it out. Dry looking a little bit unconfident with the setup this round, not sure what he wants to do. This time though, on this eco round, we only have 1 hero rifle instead of 2. So this round is once again a little bit harder for them. And it's going to be a Razel coming out from Rice Nui. So this time not want to take any risk on the entry, and the site's going to be theirs. Dochi dodges the Razel, going to be alive for this retake, but it's going to be a 5v5 retake this time. No advantage gained for Team Cyrax on this retake.
Got it.
Yeah,
oh,
and
a
you
nice
can
dog bite. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so Team Cyrax broke here, so really hard retake.
Bob Marlin Jr. first contact fight on the Dochi Sky versus Sky. And with that, Bob Marlin Jr. comes out ahead in damage. Ken looking to bait his teammates with the rifle. Well played, but can't get the trade, so that's a critical missed shot, allowing Rice Nui to get 3 kills in the round.
Last player standing.
And Kono hits a nice adjustment on the Rice Nui for his 1 in the round, and that's all Team Cyrax will get in this round.
Yeah, great job by Phaseguard, you know, on track for 6. And especially got to shout out Rice Nui here, you know. Bottom of the scoreboard last game, already stepping it up, going double positive. That's exactly what Phaseguard needed. And you know, split wire 1 kill behind. This is what Phaseguard needed to take this series to map 3.
Absolutely. I mean, Ken's playing well, so I don't want to give him too much criticism. But I have to say, with that hero rifle, you just have to trade if somebody's baiting for you. As an Immortal player, that is your job, and he wasn't able to do his job that round specifically. But it's all good. 6-5, last round of the half. Ults in favor of Team Cyrax, so we'll just see them use those to close it out. But it's not an easy round by any means. Ken needs both missiles off the bat early, off the A pressure, allowing his teammates to walk up. But Splitwire and Ken might be fighting in hookah while there's an A-short battle going down right now. It's a great nade out of Rice Nui. It's going to make Kai extremely uncomfortable. Luckily for her, doesn't get too much out of it. But Ken, that's one of the ults in this round. He's immediately taken out first in this round. Kai gets spotted as well. And the flash comes in, and that is beautiful trades, beautiful spam from Team Phaseguard to open up this round. Kono though might have timing. Can only find 1 though, and this round is falling apart in the hands of Cyrax. It's a 1v4 for Dreadeye, and it's looking like a 6-6 half.
Yeah, it looks like Phaseguard is gathering up confidence. You see Rice Nui and Splitwire getting those early kills.
Dreadeye, buddy, you gotta go for this. It's a 1v4, you have ult, and it's the last round of the half. More importantly, what do you have in the tank for us?
would take a miracle to win this, especially with Splitwire taking this angle.
And yep, Bob Marlin says goodbye. It's gonna be a 6-6 half. What a cinematic half this has been.
Switching
Yeah,
sides.
great 3 rounds comeback by Phaseguard. You know, great momentum for them coming into this defense half. And you know, we got to talk about Ken. You know, he had that KO with the last 3 rounds, and you know, all 3 of those rounds have been lost. So, you know, very impactful ult and could have turned the tides of the attack half.
I'll give him some pre-VOD review for this one, but you gotta look back and think. When you've seen so many Phaseguard players A short, you could have just tail ulted them from behind and made them push into your team. But instead, we take the 1v1, we lose it, we get snuck up on by Splitwire, and we don't get to use them at all, despite fighting for that A short control. So it is some food for thought in terms of improving for your next match. But that is if there is a next match. Cyrax still have to close out this game to move on in this playoffs. They are in the lower bracket, so it is absolutely critical that they close that 2-0 and not give Team Phaseguard another lifeline. Early smoke, and it looks like Kono though is going to be able to take U-Haul control relatively for free. Splitwire in a good spot, hard to clear. Also jump out with the classic and hits a headshot on the way out. Kendo taking out his own teammate with the missiles, a bit unfortunate with the placement.
Spike planted.
Not sure what happened there. It could be a 5v3 or 4v3 on the retake for Team Phaseguard. Splitwire though, close range. The classic jumps at him, manages to find one, and he can't get a second. Jedi with a big trade. I does go down for it, and now once again Jedi in the clutch. 1v3, low HP. Bomb is down, but they know where he is. Still running, but it doesn't look like Kudo was aware at first. But luckily for her, still managed to find the trade. That's a big round conversion.
Yeah, like you said earlier, the tail comp requires a lot of coordination. As you can see there, one of the drawbacks is, you know, if you're not coordinated, especially when you have a Skye who loves to, instead of pop flashing, drag out their flashes for the whole duration, you can just kill your own teammates. So, you know, if Cyrax wants to win this game, we need some better communication, especially on the attack. That is not a good start for Cyrax.
And I believe with that, Team Phaseguard have taken the first lead they've had in any map all series, right?
Sound sensor up.
Yes, I believe so. Maybe they started on the lead on the... But actually, I think you're right. This is the first lead.
So a bit of psychological momentum now, probably shifting in favor of Team Phaseguard. But that also is considered that they close out this round. If they lose this round, that would be absolutely horrendous for their economy. So let's see if that contingency plan works. Interesting buy, a Judge, 3 Spectres, and a Bulldog. Not bad at all, especially when you look towards bonus round. But this round, we gotta see Bryce Nui do big things with the Judge. Lost Nui, good jump spots. Spots out, I think, a couple of players from Cyrax walking into hookah. And is gonna make the smart play of just trying to keep that spam up and not overcommitting to any fight. Kendo, big timing! Spots up Bob Marlin Jr. Nobody to watch the Sours flank, so that is not a auspicious start for Team Phaseguard. They lose the first blood right away, and how many times have we seen this in eco round where they get first blooded and they end up losing it?
Yeah, I like the aggression from Phaseguard.
And look at that! With the drone spotting Bryce Nui, 3 players on Phaseguard rotate to A, and gonna be just Pluto by himself, and she goes down. It's a 4v3 with bomb about to go down in favor of Team Cyrax. This is not looking good at all for Team Phaseguard. For Team Phaseguard.
Yeah, and we got a Judge here on the retake.
And yeah, Bryce Nui is in with the Judge, but he can't find one. Splitwire though will find the trade.
No more
But once again, 3v2. Luckily for them, there's only one gun on the side of Team Cyrax, and Ken has these missiles. That is absolutely lethal in the post plant.
Yeah, Phaseguard should realize he has missiles. You need someone on the bomb ASAP.
And they're still gonna hit the trip. They're still not tapping. They really need a tap. Will anybody recognize? And look at this Jedi taking contact too, which is further stalling the tap. And time is running down. This is so difficult. Ken has to land the shot. Hits the missile first, but he still has to get Splitwire off. And Splitwire dies to the missile, and it's over. Ken clutches up, makes the play in this round, gets the first blood on the flank, and closes out with the last goal as well. Ken, so well played out of him. I was talking about how it is not an auspicious start, and it's absolutely not. And just like that momentum, any momentum that Phaseguard had built up by taking that lead is now just erased. It is evaporated.
Yeah, that teaches Team Phaseguard a big lesson against the tail. And you gotta speed up, you gotta tap, especially with the tail alive. Just because it's an eco doesn't mean that you can hunt for those kills.
A bit flustered in that post plant. They didn't understand what the win condition was for Team Cyrax, and yeah, just like that. This is the 3rd time this series where we've seen Phaseguard lose a critical anti-eco round.
Scout just
This time, though, we're shaking things up. We're putting 3 in U-Haul, which is an interesting strategy, but one that is absolutely lethal for anybody that puts it. But what, can you really do that against a Teo? Because look at that, the missiles. Quite good from Ken. While one is jumpable, Von Marlin still gets punished, and Dochi, big entries onto the site, opens it up for them. Those shotguns are neutralized, and it's going to be a clean conversion for Team Cyrax, and that is how you do it. That is how you play against an anti-eco. You use your utility, you go together.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you. You know, as I said at the beginning of this match, this comp, the Sky and the Tail with coordination is very lethal, very attack heavy, so hopefully Phaseguard can adjust to this, especially the Tail, who now Ken is running away with the game at 18 and 12. The kill leader of this lobby once again.
And looking at the ults, the buy is pretty even. Pluto is very close to their ult. Kai is 2 away from Brimmel. And so it's going to be a very, very neutral and honest round of just gunfighting. Early dog to Dochi spots 2. Right, so even though they got spotted, opts to stay close, which is an interesting choice, but not under real pressure just yet. About to be though, right, so he peeked early, but Dochi may have forgotten and isn't ready to actually shoot back. Call with utility, that's not a great start. Kono though, on the other hand, getting spotted by the dog, but will be smoked off and will survive. Net won't find anybody, and it looks like Cyrax are going to have to neutralize in this 4v5. Not going to be happy, but what else can he do?
Good position here by Lost in the Sauce.
Lost in the Sauce is not going to hear the rotates as well. Is Kai going to be ready for Lost in the Sauce to be close? Von Marlin Jr. catches Kono on timing as well, so numbers all of a sudden all going in favor of Cyrax, or Phaseguard.
Yeah, 5v2. What a great start to this round by Phaseguard.
I have retrieved the spike.
Good eye manages to get that bomb relatively unscathed, while Ken, his hero, comes out of TP, but can only find one, and so Rice Nui with a multi-kill in the round. Well played out of Team Phaseguard to take the fight to Cyrax.
you're up.
Very big round for Phaseguard. They keep most of their weapons, and they have this Phoenix ult, and they're close to all 4 of their other ults. But unfortunately for them, Cyrax is also very close to ult. So we might be getting a round, maybe the next round, where we will see a whole ult fest on one of the sites.
Yep, and a big ult is online for Phaseguard this round. That is the Phoenix ult. Phoenix ult is so annoying to play against, and based on how Phaseguard has been playing, they're gonna have a lot of chance to use this with how slow Cyrax play.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Cyrax, there's no Tail ult or Brimstone ult to counter the Phoenix ult yet, so it's a free ult.
Drone will spot Rice Nui. Rice Nui's forced to drop down back truck, but at the same time, it looks like Kai and Dochi are gonna be walking a B, managing to take up all of the extraneous space. Oh, Kai almost found a timing on Von Marlin Jr. On Pluto. Pluto though, will get caught, and yes, Dochi with a big opening kill on the Pluto. Pluto re-aggressing into space that is not theirs and gets punished for it. Lost in the Sauce also gets spotted by Kai, and the missiles coming out are gonna force Lost in the Sauce back out of the site, forced to use Phoenix Soul on this retake. It's a good play though, and less more players back from Phaseguard. Sweatwater though is looking for this early flood, and even be able to do it. Ken though gets one on the way, and that's not good for them at all. But Sweatwater Lost in the Sauce do manage to trade 3v2. And Lost in the Sauce will find another one in the round. So all of a sudden it's gonna be a 1v2 for Kono, despite all the initial kills going in favor of Cyrax. 8 bullets in the chamber, and Kono drops out.
One enemy
Nice
remaining.
instant adjustment on a Lost in the Sauce. Will Kono
30
clear Clubby?
seconds left.
I got the spike.
Spells the shoulder for Marlin, and he lands the shot. 7 bullets, and he ices up 3 separate bursts. That is Calm Aim takes him out at the last bullet.
Yeah, what a great clutch. And now Cyrax with 4 ults, about to be 5. You know, this game is in their grasps.
I called Kono icy on split for a reason. This man's aim is looking so good. That first 1 bullet onto Lost in the Sauce was so critical. Having to jump out of hookah there into a 1v2 is such a difficult position to play, and he played it just masterfully. Almost is caught by not clearing the cubby, but Ballin Jr. peeking out his shoulder and getting spotted cost him that round.
Yeah, and we see Lost in the Sauce with a stinger here. You know, big round for Phaseguard. No money after this round.
I gotta say, look at all these momentum rounds going in favor of Cyrax. They're winning all the pivotal ones. They now have a major ult advantage, almost coming with 5 ultimates. And Kono, once again, a big kill to Von Marlin Jr. says, I killed you last round, I'm gonna kill you this round as well. Takes him out for the first blood. Dochi gets another one, so it's gonna be a 5v4 with bomb, or 4v3 with bomb down in favor of Team Cyrax. Once again, it looks like another critical round is gonna go their way. Look at their post-fight ults. They have Skylo and Brimble, and they might have Cypher ult to get a kill. This is such a difficult spot to play for Team Phaseguard. Pluto taking first contact. Dochi has a deadlock ult. Will they use it? Ken's ready for his single missile post-fight. Options it you early, and Dochi plays up to it well. Takes out Lost in the Sauce. That was a 2v4. Splitwire might have taken out Dreadeye, who almost takes out Pluto, but 3v2 with Brimble up is still impossible.
Last player
Ken takes an early frag, managed to find Splitwire. Splitwire once again uses Bull in a desperate time. You gotta say that might not be the best use of ult, even though he finds the kill. And Dochi with 3 in the round. Once again, Cyrax convert. And Team Phaseguard use ults in critical situations where they just can't win.
Yeah, and 4 ults left for Cyrax. What a round for them. And you know, Phaseguard knocked down to a Bucky bot here. That is not buckular for them, as I like to say.
Yeah, that's one of your favorite words. I'm definitely familiar.
Actually, unbuckular, you know, for those who know.
Oh, okay.
Actually, that Bucky is gone as we elect for 2 Stingers and 3 Classics.
No, the Bucky
it's
is
back. There we go.
It is buckular. But, yeah, you gotta say, I think Cyrax just have the clutch team right now. They're winning all the pivotal rounds. They're winning all the swing rounds that just are absolutely game-changing. Deadlock won't be contested early, but Kono is there to instantly break it, so that's going to be neutralized. Phaseguard are not exactly scrambling, but they do have a correct read on this stack. Deadlock that can be messed early as well, so a lot of util being used early for no true information. But this A stack, it's looking like they made a little bit too much noise because Cyrax are walking away. They were just weighted by that heavy deadlock usage, and they're gonna go B. And it's just gonna be Bob Marley Jr. by himself, who's taking out first last round, and he might be taking out first again.
Yeah, only a Classic to defend B.
Oh no, Lost in the Sauce and Pluto getting stuck by this missile, but the missile's not actually gonna land. So Pluto might be able to sneak her way out of this one. But her position is known.
I know
Bob Marley Jr. can't land the right click. But Pluto gonna make a play. Ults Kai, and Kai's gonna get taken by the deadlock ult. So this round is definitely not over by any means. It's gonna be a 3v3 at the end of the day.
I've got your trail.
Dreadeye though, with a critical kill on the Pluto, and Splitwire gets Kono, so 3v3 has turned to a 2v2, but both Phaseguard players have made their locations known by TPing.
Have one of these.
Splitwire, 2v2, and Rice Nui. Razor gets popped early. Razor takes all of backside, but he gets team blocked, or he gets blind by Dochi. And Dreadeye with perfect timing cutting out of that smoke. Trust Dochi to get one, and Dreadeye cleans it up. What another critical round. Even though Team Phaseguard were on an eco, they invested 2 ults and they couldn't convert. Another swing round goes in the way of Team Cyrax to put them up 11-8.
Such a great try by Phaseguard, especially with those worst guns, but you know, it must hurt to use 2 ults and not get anything in return, you know. However, you do have that Phoenix ult on Lost in the Sauce, and we have all guns here, so we'll see how this goes.
From Splitwire and Rice, but it wasn't enough. Rice once again playing in the comfy position, but this time he's the one getting caught out with utility, and Kono finds the first blow with knives, and Kono finds the second. Bob Jr. once again can't find anything. He is really struggling on this defensive half. Dochi gonna distract Splitwire with the dog while Kono wraps around U-Haul and gets a third. He's on for the ace, and he wants more. Lost the Sauce, finding him gets taken out. Kono looking sharp once again with the 4K. And where is Pluto? Pluto is in showers, so Kono on the exact wrong site. The Skyblock will find her though. And look at this, Kono is sprinting it over. Kono really wants to save, and man, he deserves it. He has opened up this round entirely on his own, and he is doing a masterful job of showcasing his aim. Good stun out of Ken. Oh, but Pluto gun dips him. Says, I don't care about your stun, I have a judge. Manages to get 2 for her troubles. But it doesn't matter. That is match point and series point for Team Cyrax off of the back of an incredible 4K with Kono's jet knives.
Yeah, heroics from Kono again. You know, and now Phaseguard is in the same situation as Splits. They need 4 rounds in a row to even have a chance at winning this map.
Such a difficult position, and we are on the precipice of seeing the mirror score from last game. Team Cyrax looking like they know the secret to beating Phaseguard, and that is just being more clutch than them. We're seeing clutch plays big time plays by big time players to win them this series. And right now, Barmarlin Dream looks like he's gonna get caught by Kono again, despite getting a dink. Kono with another first blood. How many impact kills has this man gotten this series?
Yeah, big first blood. That's a Skyo gone.
Ken, big drone, spalls out Rice, who was in that cubby. And yeah, look at this pause. I like this pause a lot. It's a 3-2 split across the map. They're just grouping up, making sure that they can't get any kill. Phaseguard won't be able to take them out untraded. Rice though makes the right play and is aggressing into short. Knows that in a 45 you have to take some space here, but it doesn't matter if Kono is going to rip through your whole team. Takes the head off, lost in the sauce, and that's another 5v3. Kono on for potentially another ace if he gets more kills here. Wants Pluto as well. Can he get a back-to-back 4K, potentially ace? This time takes out the person who took him out last time to deny it.
No charges left.
And Kono, looking to be aggressive, takes an off angle on top of triple.
Last
Rice
player
gets 2,
standing.
but he's taken out by Ken. Will Kono get another 4K to close out this game? No. Gets caught in the back by Splitwire. Splitwire has to win this 1v2 to keep Phaseguard in the series. Does Ken have missiles? Ken still has 1 missile. That is absolutely critical. Splitwire does bid out the missiles and is going to be forced to take this 1v1 against Ken for the series. And he cannot win it. Ken,
Attackers
with the
win.
headshot, takes out Splitwire, and Team Cyrax close out the series. 13-8, 13-8, a clean 2-0 to move on in the IM playoffs for Valorant at Berkeley intramurals. Congratulations to them.
Yeah, great try by Phaseguard. That first half was very good by them, being able to get 6. However, Kono just ran away with the map, and that tail with a lot of impact. You know, Phaseguard losing that second round just set them up to lose that second half, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to get a winner's interview here. Perhaps Ken and Kono would be amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
Are we
No,
legit?
the 2-star players of Team Cyrax definitely did show up today, and definitely would like a word with them.
Hello.
Ken and Kono, congratulations on your guys' win. That was an incredible display of individual mechanics. I cannot lie. Kono, you especially impressed me. You had some incredibly impactful rounds. Every time it seemed like you guys were on the back foot, you would be finding an incredible kill. You had so many opening kills. You had so many multi-kills. And Ken, honestly, you too, you had a lot of very clutch kills as well. You found some opening bloods on your eco rounds. How are you guys pulling it away? How are you guys pulling these incredibly difficult rounds out of seemingly nowhere?
I mean,
I rock
I
it.
think, yeah, Ken has like really good just comms with like map control. So even though a lot of people die, usually I'm able to get into a good spot. Kind of like that game, I would be pushed up showers a lot and just taking space in general. So it's like, I feel like I'm kind of just in a good position usually. So even if we're down numbers, I'll just like know where they are. So I can kind of just play off that, get picks.
Yeah, my T-Joe is a funny character.
Tejonius.
All right, that's enough for Ken. Thank you so much, Ken. I think you're go. Let's keep going over here, though. Chad, do you have any questions?
Yeah, actually, I know that you said it's enough for Ken, but I have one for Ken. You know, this goes back to, as you call it, T-Jonius. So we started on Viper on Split, and you know, earlier today in our 5-6, you were playing Viper on Bind. What elected you to change to the T-Jonius on the map of Bind when you match MVP on Viper on Split?
So it's because this is like our first time playing Bind ever. And I know these guys, like, what's it called? This Rice guy, he likes to sit U-Haul with this stupid little judge. So, like, I don't want to deal with it. I just go T-Joe and I just rocket him out. And also, like, how do I say it? I'm just not that comfortable with Viper on Bind. Or not as compared to Split.
Yeah, unfortunately, I will be asking next questions because I think 2 people in this call have some brain degeneration. But I am curious, specifically Kono, what do you think is the strength of your team? What makes you guys so good? And what's going to let you guys get to the finals and hopefully win this entire tournament?
I mean, I think we like did have some like little hiccups at the start, but I think now mostly everyone just knows the role really well. So it's like comms are clear and kind of like just everyone like knows what they're doing and trying to do. So I think it's just like we just kind of, if we're just lukewarm and we're actually shooting, I think we can just outplay everyone, honestly.
I think as well, like, at the start we were forcing like Dreadeye onto like the initiator a lot, which was like a new role for him. And yeah, we've like moved him back onto like Comfort Sempy, and it's like a lot more easier because like, especially when I'm IGLing, it's like, oh, I don't have to be the one to ask for info. I can just gather it myself with like drone or whatever. And just having him on Comfort, like, oh, he doesn't have to think about util as much and he can just like shoot his gun.
Yeah.
So like I'm leaning more into like us playing more like comfort instead of um like weird comps which are like supposed to be like better on paper. Yeah. And then I have this Kono guy killing everybody.
Yeah, that's my job.
I have one more question for you guys. Oh yeah, go ahead, Chad. You first.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go with my question, and we'll be talking about the next match here. And I see that you guys are against the #1 seed Primordian, Mathbook Air, Hao Yif. Some very difficult opponents here. What is your game plan? I know you say comfort. Do you think you will go into this with the double Odins? Against the double Odin, sorry?
Odin to take down the Odin.
I only
Wait,
have
that's
one
kinda
Odin
fun.
guy. That's the problem. Actually, no, wait.
Oh,
Dochi
we got
Dochi's
we
been
got some
picking it up.
people.
He's been picking it up. I haven't been thinking about that game, but like, no, you might see us play something funny.
You know the weakness of the Oni, right? They're gonna be crouching there shooting, and you could just like wide swing one tap. So that's what I'm going for.
Dude, you're
Yeah.
reading our strats, man. Now they're gonna hold wide.
I've like
Yeah.
like little insider info of the team. Like I found my warm up routine, so I can actually shoot now. So I think we'll just gap them low key. Hopefully.
Mathbook Air, if you're in the chat,
Hey, we're ready for you.
you,
We're ready for
you
you,
know what you have to
Mathbook.
look out for. Yeah, and Connor, what's your final question?
Actually, you pretty much asked mine, but I guess I'll just say, how are you guys gonna be preparing for that Primordium game?
We lost against them earlier in groups because I low-key was not expecting them to bust out like double Odin. So I kind of picked ISO in that game, and just was banking on me winning the 1v1 against Jones. But I guess like now we know what to expect, and like yeah, we're not gonna lose twice to the same people.
Yeah, I think now that it's best of 3 format as well, like we're pretty good at adapting to it, even if first game is kind of rough.
Okay, well that is great confidence if you are Team Cyrax. Congratulations once again on your 2-0. Good luck in your next series, and that's it from us from the broadcasting desk. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching.
Thanks for streaming. Bye bye. Hey.